Hey everyone, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today I want to talk about a vaccine for COVID-19 or coronavirus, because why create one when you can simply steal it? Now here's what's going on, and this is coming from Reuters as well as a couple of other news sources, but according to a US security official that's been tracking Chinese hacking, Chinese government-linked hackers basically targeted the biotech company Moderna here in the United States, which basically has been researching a coronavirus vaccine, and they did this in order to try and steal that data. Now, last week, the U.S. Justice Department made public an indictment of 2 Chinese nationals accused of spying on the United States, including 3 unnamed U.S.-based targets involved in medical research, basically that is tasked with fighting the coronavirus. Now, the indictment said that the Chinese hackers, quote-unquote, conducted reconnaissance, and we'll get to that, against a computer network of a Massachusetts biotech firm known to be working on a vaccine back in January. Now, Moderna, which is based in Massachusetts and announced its COVID-19 vaccine or rather its candidate for the vaccine in January, confirmed to Reuters that the company has been in contact with the FBI and was made aware of suspected quote-unquote information reconnaissance activities by a hacking group that was mentioned in last week's indictment. Now, the U.S. security official that broke all of this, who spoke to Reuters on the condition of anonymity, did not provide further details. The FBI and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services also declined to disclose the identities of the companies that were targeted by Chinese hackers. Now, China on Friday rejected this accusation, basically saying that these hackers were not linked to it, nor had they targeted Moderna, directly. Now, if you're not familiar, reconnaissance activities are basically a range of different activities, including things like probing public websites for vulnerabilities, looking for important accounts and all of that, even searching Google to see who is mentioned that you could possibly target with a phishing campaign. Basically, what you're doing is trying to enumerate vulnerabilities to see what happens, and this is the type of activity that was caught and tracked and linked back to state-sponsored Chinese attackers. And so I think this is actually a very serious issue that we have here, and I've talked about China at length. My latest article for Forbes that will soon be published, that is going through its second round of editing, is on the rising China threat as well. And so this is not going to be new. We are going to be seeing more of this, whether it's inside or outside of the coronavirus. But quite frankly, we are all in this together when it comes to the coronavirus. I don't care if you're sitting in New York or Beijing, wherever you are. This is basically impacting everybody, and I would hope that, while we obviously have a lot of profit motive around the globe to make something like this, a lot of pharmaceutical companies or biotech manufacturers have basically said they are essentially going to do this at cost, whatever that means to them. Because again, we are in this together. I also think that what this would help in this, we've seen similar stuff that I've talked about coming out of Russia state-sponsored attackers, is that if they are the ones to actually, let's say, deliver this biotech to the world, this vaccine to the world, then that raises their standings, whatever the other issues are we have with that particular country. And so I think it makes sense for China to try something like this. But that is your news of the day. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Obviously, stealing intellectual property, especially something that critical, is not a good thing. But hopefully, the entire world will get a vaccine sooner than later that will work, be effective, and we can get beyond this. So that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, everyone.